Good morning. Good Wednesday morning. Thank you for tuning in. A little bit of silver there. So, markets opened up. The Asian markets actually opened up, and silver's down. The last time I looked, it was $24.15. It's looking. It's like this morning. It's on a downward trend. So we'll see if we hit that 23 mark. I could have sworn I saw 23 last night before I went to bed, but I could have been mistaken. But nonetheless, it looks like it's about 15 cents away from $23. But who knows when the New York market opens? Who knows? It might have an upward trend. But so we'll see. We'll keep an eye on the silver market. Again, right now is a good opportunity to buy. Obviously, if you're in fear that silver is going to take more of a pullback, going into the $23, $22, $21 range, then you might consider taking your budget and dividing it up maybe into halves or thirds, and then invest in those quantities to take advantage of the dips. And that way you can pause on your budget when you see an increase in price, an advance. So that's my strategy. So things are looking all right for silver for us people who are still trying to acquire. I got morning mouth, meaning my brain is not connected to my mouth yet. I'm in that rebooting phase. It's like, and I don't have my coffee with me. So nonetheless, it's looking good for us who are trying to acquire our silver. I'm really, like many of you, are excited to see these price increases. We're excited to see our savings account grow in the matter of sometimes days. I love it when, in the course of 2-3 days, we see silver jump up $5 an ounce. That's phenomenal for our savings account, but that doesn't help us acquire more precious metals. And gold is doing a pullback as well. Though not as significant, it is pulling back. For those folks who want to get into some gold, now's an excellent time as well. Again, take a look at your budget, and if you're afraid that gold is going to jump up, perhaps only spend a third of that budget. Buy now, wait and see what happens. Tomorrow, oh, it fell down again, buy another third. Oh, it fell down again, buy another third. Or if it goes up, hold off. So that's where we're at today. This was a Geiger silver. It's still a little dark here. Don't let the camera fool you. Geiger silver right there. It was a gift. Well, I'm going to go to work now and be a good taxpayer. You take care of yourselves and consider buying some silver today. Honestly, I would. Hello. Thank you for tuning in yet again. I'm driving home, and I like this. I do like this format. I do a video on the way into work now, maybe show off a piece of silver, and do another video on the way home, compile it all into one, and I think I like that format. What do you think? A couple of things I wanted to talk about. Silver. So I noticed, like I mentioned yesterday, there was a pullback in silver, and I was expecting to see some action today in the markets, but I'm wondering, because I'm stuck at work, I can't really browse the internet too much, and I can't go to certain websites. Our network is monitored. Let's just put it that way. And I noticed New York spot market didn't open today on kitco.com, kitco.com. Was that an anomaly? Was it my network at work? And then you scroll down, it showed that the European and Asian markets were open, but the price never changed all day long. It sat at $24.15 all day long. That's odd. Normally it fluctuates a little bit, So I don't really know what the price of silver is right now as I'm speaking to you this Wednesday late afternoon. But speaking as such, I have a feeling it went up. Did some research on some of the other websites. All the other websites didn't agree with each other, so I'm like, okay, where is it? Regardless, I'm going to assume that it went up a little bit. I hope you all bought some yesterday. I know we did in our household. Wife and I, we purchased some. Take advantage of that pullback. So hopefully you did as well. We will see tonight or maybe tomorrow where the hell silver is. I mean, I don't know if there was a glitch in the matrix or what. Anyway, want to talk a little bit about news. Can't always be about the silver, if you know what I mean. Can't always be about the silver. Got to know why we're stacking, while we're prepping. Why are we preparing? It's because of the news and what's in it. So Biden came out, as most of you know, picked Kamala Harris, and he kind of backed himself in the corner. First, he says he's going to pick a woman. Then he got bullied by the BLM and the activist group. So then he backed himself into a corner further that he was going to pick a woman of color. By the way, she's Jamaican. Has nothing to do with African. I think her mother was Jamaican. Correct me if I'm wrong. And her father was Puerto Rican or something. I know half of her is Jamaican. What the other half is, I'm uncertain, but it's irrelevant in my opinion, because I believe you should pick the most qualified person to do a job. And in my opinion, she was basically picked via affirmative action. Meaning, you pick somebody based on their race, regardless of their qualifications. I don't like that. I don't agree with that. So, the Democrats are always talking about not being racist. The news is always talking about not being racist. Democrats are always talking about sexual or gender equality. News is always talking about gender equality. So what do? How would you like to have been that white person that didn't get picked on the basis that you were white? That's racism. Isn't that racism? Oh, I guess it can't. Racism can't go against white people, I guess. Okay. How would you have liked to have been that white woman who was not picked? That might have been better qualified. How would you have liked to have been a man and weren't picked because not only were you white, but you weren't a woman? So there shoots out the racism and gender equality that they so much agree on. This lady was picked despite racism, judgment of color, and judgment of gender. Both are attributes to gender equality and racism. Despite who might have been more adequate to do the job. I'm just saying, they're always accusing conservatives of what they are guilty of. And now they're trying to change the narrative. See, and this is what I mean. They don't want to run a campaign against Donald Trump. No, they need to change his identity. So now what they're doing is kind of programming, conditioning people to believe he's more of a Hitler. See, they don't teach about Nazi Germany in school any longer. They don't teach about the Holocaust and really what Hitler was in school anymore. No, they teach guys how to put on mascara and trim their eyebrows, and God knows what else they teach in these freaking propaganda basic training camps. So when you compare Donald Trump now in the news to Hitler, you have no clue who Hitler is. Now your education about Hitler is coming from CNN, MSLSD, NBC, ABC, all the three-letter acronyms. So they don't want to run against Donald Trump, so they now need to condition the people that what they're really running against is Adolf Hitler. Let me ask you something. How many rights has Donald Trump taken away from you? See, my sister, before Donald Trump got into office, her biggest fear about choosing Donald Trump is he's gonna get rid of gay marriage. He's gonna, so okay, freaking, since we had that conversation, 5 years have gone by. He hasn't done one iota against any gay person. He hasn't taken away any gay rights. He hasn't taken away any rights pertaining to anything yet. And I keep getting these comments. Well, he took away bumper stocks from rifles. You know, those freaking gun nuts. I love guns. I have a nice little gun collection. But then there's the gun nuts. Well, he took away bumper stocks. I can think of no real right, nothing that Trump has taken away from the people. I can go down and recite a litany of things that the Democrats want to take away from us, and also impose on us in the disguise of convenience. Do your math. Compare. Who is the real Nazi? Who is and who is not? Anyway, folks, definitely this is the backside of this coin. It's not a coin, but you get my point. It's 1 ounce silver, 0.999. In English, it's pronounced Geiger. I can't pronounce it in German, but just a beautiful coin. I'll show you the other side. Oh, he took away bumper stocks. Take care.